Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a 10 of Pentacles. This is your best life. This is the picture of your best life. Usually when we get this card, I'll ask you to get out a sheet of paper, get out a pencil, and draw a picture of your best life. What does it mean to you? What does it look like? When you think of the future, what sort of things do you envision being in your future, right? I hope you draw yourself in there somewhere too. What kind of person are you, right? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be? And what do you want to be doing, right? At the end of the day, at the end of tomorrow, at the end of next week, at the end of next year. This is the card that is the kind of ideal future for us, what we really truly want. Now let's put that into some context, all right? Let's see what's going on around that. Let's see how we're getting to that point. Yeah, maybe this will give us an idea of where you will be, a year from now. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a 5 of Swords. So I feel like there's some sort of, there's a mental blockage. There's like some doubt. The 5 of Swords sometimes tells me that we need to clear our own minds, that we're starting to get a little bit, that we're letting our beliefs shape our reality in kind of a self-defeating way. So we believe things to be true about ourselves that are limiting us, right? Those are the doubts. So they're saying, well, I can't have those things. I'll never get there. It's not going to work. I don't have what it takes to do that particular thing or to get to that particular place. So we limit ourselves based on what we believe about ourselves. Now, what we believe, it's just our opinion, right? It's not fact. Yeah. Let's put a few more cards down. We've got a Knight of Cups. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got a 10 of Wands. Oh, and look at that. We do have the World. I think in a year from now, you're going to be somewhere very different than where you are now. Okay? I think that you're realizing that by taking these limitations off of you, you're opening up the entire world. This is the World card, or Universe card. You're opening up the entire world. This picture of your best life, now you need a really big sheet of paper, right? Because it's infinite. As soon as we get past these limitations, all right? We've got a Princess of Swords, a Knight of Pentacles, very nice. We've got the Hierophant, and we've got a 10 of Cups. Look at that. That's really the icing on the cake, because this is your dream come true, right? This is, I think, a year from now, you're going to be very, very satisfied. A year from now, I feel like you're going to be in a brand new place. I think literally, too. I think there's a lot of travel coming your way in the next year or so. Maybe relocating. Maybe you had your eye on a different country, a different city or state or different area to live. Maybe you're kind of going from the city to the country. I feel like it's a big change. I feel like it's a slower paced life that you're looking for in the next 12 months or so, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put our little alien friend right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together. And it will give us our confirmation at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Okay. Looking at the cards, we've got major, major, major. We've got fire, we've got some water, we've got some air, and we've got some really good water. And we've got some earth energy. So it's overall pretty balanced, I would say. Okay, we've got to talk about the Hanged Man in the past position here. I feel like this is almost a sacrifice that you made. I feel like this is kind of a question. This is asking you, well, what are you willing to give up to get to that ultimate goal? If this 10 of Pentacles is your ultimate goal, right? Let's say this is where you want to be a year from now. What are you willing to sacrifice to get there? What are you willing to endure to get there? Okay. And when we talk about making sacrifices or giving things up, right, or letting things go, or anything like this, we don't always mean like you have to give up good, positive things, right? The sacrifices can be sacrificing those self-defeating beliefs and thoughts, the things that we hold on to, the things that we cling to, the things that we assume we know about ourselves and about reality, that are limiting us, that are telling us we can't accomplish something. Maybe that's what we have to sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice the kind of the comfort of your own self-defeating, self-limiting beliefs in order to achieve your goal? Maybe that's what the sacrifice is. Yeah. Maybe the suffering that we have to endure is the suffering of being kind of out in the wilderness on our own, challenging our own beliefs and expectations. I'm almost surprised we don't have a 10 of Swords here. We do have a lot of 10s, right? We got a 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So to me, this is really about reaching these ultimate goals. And we're just going to, just as a kind of an arbitrary time frame, we're going to say 1 year, right? Where are you going to be a year from now, right? Are you going to have, are you going to reach this goal? This is the physical part of it, right? This is kind of where you want to be, maybe health-wise, maybe financially, physically, where do you want to be, right? What are the coordinates where you're standing, right? And then when we talk about, of course, the 10 of Wands here, there's a bit of creative energy in there that I'm feeling. And I wonder if this is, see now, I feel like you're a very disciplined person, okay? I feel like you really do, you're very, I don't know if discipline's the right word, you're very like kind of economical, right? And so I think part of the 5 of Swords is this belief that like, well, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to try to do that because it's going to be a lot of energy, it's going to take a lot of time, and it probably won't work in the end, right? So those are rational sounding beliefs, but they're still just beliefs, right? They're not facts. So I think you're very sensible in that way. You're very disciplined, where it's just if something doesn't seem almost like a sure shot, then you don't want to do it, right? I think right now you're feeling a little bit more carefree. I think you're open now to a lot of new possibilities because, again, we're getting rid of this Hanged Man. We're using the Hanged Man energy to get rid of this 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords, and with the Hanged Man, the idea of letting things go, getting rid of things, also getting rid of these entanglements, these complications, these arguments, these beefs that we have with people for no reason. It's criticism, the 5 of Swords. It could be self-criticism. It could be criticism of others. This is really a card that is us thinking of the negative. We're always in this kind of negative mindset, right? Well, we can turn this around. We can start speaking in positive terms. What we can do, what we will do, what we are doing. And it's hard to kind of go from one to the other, right? So usually this card is just kind of spinning around. And we have negative thoughts, but then we have some positive thoughts. Maybe we have to try to combat those negative thoughts with the positive thoughts. You know, when we say that we are not doing something, or we're not capable of something, or we're not achieving our goals, let's say, well, I am. I'm making progress. Every day I'm getting there. We need to treat ourselves kindly, I guess, is the message there. The 10 of Wands, like we were talking about. You have a lot of discipline with your energy. Now, this is a Sagittarian card, so this is perfect for you. You really know when to turn up the heat, you know. I wonder if there is a partnership in your life, though, as well. Because we got these court cards that are kind of hanging out down here together. There's always the suggestion in the 10 of Wands that there is somebody who is directly associated with you. Okay, it could be a friend, family member. It could be it could be a spirit guide, an angel, an ancestor. It could be a romantic partner. I don't see a lot of indications of romance here. But I feel like this could be a best friend, right? I feel like there is somebody that's kind of standing with you in life. I feel as if sometimes you almost feel overqualified for things. Yeah. And that's kind of a reason why we don't go after certain things, because we just feel like why do I have to start at the beginning? You know, I'm way too skilled. I have way too much experience. I'm way overqualified to start here. I need to start closer to the finish line. And that's part of this Five of Swords, these negative thoughts. Because what we are doing, we're setting our sights on a large goal, right? Let's say 12 months from now. Let's break that down into these smaller chunks. And we're doing something right now that maybe we don't want to be doing. And maybe that's, again, part of this, the culprit here, the rascal, the Five of Swords. We're doing something we don't necessarily want to be doing right now. Let's try to put that in context. Why are you doing it? Is it because you feel like this is what you deserve and you'll never do anything better and this is it for you and this is your lot in life? Or are you doing this particular thing, this work, this whatever it is? Whatever work you're doing on a kind of day-to-day basis, you know, whatever you're putting your effort into, is it for a larger purpose? Is this one particular section of your overall path? Is it leading you to your very big, great goal that we're looking at, the 10s, right? It feels like this is part of the path. This is just one section, that it's incremental, okay? And we have to motivate ourselves in that way by thinking, okay, I don't like what I'm doing now, but let's remember why we're doing it. It's for that larger goal, and that helps to motivate us right now in the present moment, okay? With the 10 of Wands, I also feel like you're very exhausted in this current work that you're doing. I feel that this is some energy that needs to be reserved a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if you've been helping others a lot, right? I don't even know if helping is the right word. You've been putting a lot of energy into other people's stuff. Yeah, and that's part of the Five of Swords too, the entanglement. We're getting ourselves out of these entanglements in order to preserve your energy. We have to look for leakages, right? Leakages of energy. I don't know why Spirit's showing me an anchor. Like on a ship, you know, like an anchor, whatever. I don't know if someone you know has an anchor tattoo, or if that's an important symbol to you. It feels to me like there is something that is kind of holding you down, right? An anchor that is kind of weighing things down and really preventing the hanged man from, the anchor is what the hanged man has to let go of in order to start rising up, you know? So, and of course the Five of Swords kind of looks like an anchor, I guess. But that's an important symbol, and I think that it's something that is weighing us down, something that we need to let go of in order to rise. So the Five of Swords really has a lot of connections here in your life. You know, I think it's the way we talk to ourselves. I think it's also the way we interact with other people. And between these two cards, I wonder if you've had a little bit of a temper lately. I feel like you've had you're more easily frustrated. Yeah, because there's this perception that other people are needing your energy so much. They're needing your energy so much, and then we kind of translate that into, I don't have enough energy or time to focus on what I need because I'm so busy giving everybody else what they need. I'm not saying we're making excuses, but I'm saying we can try to streamline that, try to let go of some of those entanglements so that we do have more energy for ourselves to pursue our goals, to figure out where we're going in the next year, where we want to be 12 months from now. Okay? The Knight of Cups down here beneath the surface, in a year from now, you're going to be sharing one of your gifts with the world. This is the card of giving and receiving love and affection. This is a reciprocating energy. A year from now, you're going to find a way to take what is in your soul, to take your essence, and find a way to share it with other people. Through art, music, dance, through writing, through, through through interactions, just through kindness, through your general aura and energy. Okay, through the work that you do, through the way that you talk to people, or the activities that you do, the projects that you're involved with. There are infinite variables here. There are infinite possibilities for how you're doing this. But a year from now, you will have discovered and developed one of your gifts into an interpersonal process. Yeah. And I think it really does depend on us getting rid of this Five of Swords, or at least turning it around. Let's start thinking positively. And maybe there is something in your past here that we need to let go of. Maybe this is something that you are holding on to, an emotional situation that is preventing you from really giving your gift to the world, right? This is the World card, and this is you giving your gift to the world. There's something that's keeping that down, and that's the Five of Swords. So it is something that we need to let go of. It is that anchor that we have to let go of here. Okay, and there might even be, it could be some sort of codependence here with the Ten of Wands as well. We need to think about that and figure out what these anchors are. And there could be more than one that we have to let go of in order to move forward with this future. You've got a lot of potential here. You're a very gifted person. Spirit's telling me that you have a lot of connections internationally. You have a lot of friends from all over the world, right? And I wonder if the Universe or World card in this future position is talking about a lot of travel in your life in the next year. I think a year from now, you're going to be on the other side of the world. That's the message Spirit's putting in my ear. The other side of the world. Well, what's on the other side? We don't know. It's the back of the card. On the other side of the world in a year from now. Okay. And I don't know if that means something specific or if it just literally means you're going to be long distance travel, right? Relocating your life in some way. Or it could be really that your life has done a 180. When what you thought, what you expected, what you believed, beliefs are dangerous. What you believe about yourself now has done a complete, 180, right? And now we kind of believe that we have a lot more potential, a lot more possibilities than we ever thought. Okay. There's also a connection with Texas. You're from Texas, or you have family or something in Texas, right? Someone's got a ranch or something. I feel there's a connection with Texas. I get the big hat, the big 10-gallon hat kind of thing. But the Universe card. Yeah, a lot of travel. And I also feel that, I feel like whatever your objectives are in life, real, because I'm getting this, you see a map and there's like a point on the map and then these lines go out from that point to every other point. It's like when they show air traffic or air travel kind of lines, that go out all around the world. I'm seeing that. And so I don't know what you're doing that's going around the world like that. That you're trying to maybe, it's a network or something, or or a lot of travel. You're connecting people from various places on the globe. Something along those lines. I don't know exactly what that image means. It could just be a lot of air travel, I guess. But I also feel that there's something you started already that you're finally going to finish. Yeah. I feel that there is something that has started for you, and I wonder if some of you are in cancer treatment right now. Spirit's telling me that there's a cancer connection. Yeah, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. If this is resonating, you already know about it. I feel like you're in the middle of treatment, yeah? Or someone you know is in the middle of treatment. I'm getting this progression of the illness and the hopefulness, the positivity, the optimism returning, and then the treatment being completed. Okay, and that could be really where we're getting that Ten of Wands from too, that there is, it's really been very taxing on the body and the spirit, you know. But I feel like that treatment is coming to an end very soon. Okay, I'm not predicting anything in the future regarding that. This is something you're already going through, or someone you know is already in treatment, and this is the completion of that treatment. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. Let's go to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. Okay. We've got a Princess of Swords here, and this is important because we're battling this Five of Swords, and it's always a battle. We need these two cards to be constantly at war with each other, because if they're not, this will slowly creep around and become this again. So we have to stay vigilant. And that's what life is. Life is always the effort to return to balance. The life is all about the effort to return toward harmony and resonance, right? And progress. Because once we stop looking at this Five of Swords, it just becomes another belief. Well, even if we're stuck in this, the upright Five of Swords, we believe all of these wonderful things about ourselves. They're still just beliefs, right? They're not facts. I believe I am the greatest tarot reader in the world. No, I'm not. I'm the first one to admit that. And we have to be vigilant against that, because we start having these thoughts and they start crystallizing into beliefs, and it starts limiting us again. We're right back where we started. Yeah. So positive or negative doesn't matter which way this card is going. If we're crystallized in our beliefs, it's going to start working against us. It's going to limit our progress. If I believe I'm the greatest tarot reader in the world, I'll stop thinking I need to learn or watch other really wonderful tarot readers here on YouTube, or reading books or studying or meditating, contemplating, practicing, because I'm already the greatest, right? So beliefs that are crystallized are going to work against us, whether they're positive beliefs about ourselves or negative beliefs about ourselves. That's why we have to be constantly vigilant to make that correction and say, well, let me turn that belief around. Think, yeah, I may feel like I'm the best tarot reader, but I got a lot of work to do. I'm just learning like everybody else, right? And that's this card here. This is the card that is humble enough to say, yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm really great at this, but I know I've got a lot more work to do. I'm just a fellow traveler like everybody else. Yeah. And so you're hanging on to this mindset so that we're always vigilant against this. And that's what life is. It's always a correction of these crystallized beliefs. These are just opinions, right? They're not facts. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles in the position of the environment. You can see not only what's coming in the next year. You know where you want to be a year from now. That's the 10 of Pentacles. But now the Knight of Pentacles, well, what's the Knight of Pentacles looking at over here? Looking at the infinite unknown future, right? The infinite unknown future. So this is not only, this is the vision of the year, right? Where are you going to be a year from now? Once you get to that point, you're going to look ahead to the next year, and then the next year, and then the next year. And you're going to have to draw a lot of pictures. I hope you got your pencil sharpener. You're going to draw a lot of these, right? Every year you're going to make a new one, or whatever, 6 months, 3 months, every day if you want. The point is that it's not 1 year from now you get to your big, ultimate, huge goal, and then you stop. No, we're making the next big, ultimate, huge, unbelievably great goal. Right? And then the next one, and the next one. And we're collecting them like trophies. We're collecting them like holy grails, like a 9 of cups might be. Maybe that's the mystery card. So the Knight of Pentacles remembers that everything that we're doing has consequences in the future. And we're always looking, like we're saying 12 months from now. Well, tomorrow, let's look 12 months from now. The next day, let's look 12 months ahead. So it constantly, the window keeps shifting every moment. It's going with us, and we have that vision extended out. It's like they say on the freeway. You ever talk to a race car driver? They tell you that the key to driving is to not look at the spot right in front of you on the road. Keep your gaze fixed on, 1, 2, 3 miles down the road, or whatever, just far, far down the road. To anticipate what is coming your way in the next, in the next 60 seconds or so. Like look a mile or so down, half a mile, whatever. Don't look what's right in front of your nose, And that's the key to any kind of driving, any kind of progress, any kind of movement. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. And in that way, we understand that, yes, we have to be aware of what's going on right in front of our faces. Obviously, when you're driving, you got to be aware of what's right around you. But you also have to be aware of what's a half mile down the road, or a kilometer for normal people. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles does, and that's what we need to do. Always be looking ahead, right, to see what's kind of coming next. And I think we're going to keep having these 10s. We're going to keep having these kind of ultimate accomplishments, and we are kind of collecting them because, again, it's in the process of producing these 10s, not in the 10s themselves. It's not what you're accomplishing, but how and why you're accomplishing. I really hope that's the 9 of Cups there. That'll be extraordinary. We move next into the Hierophant card. This is in the position of kind of the obstacle, right? And in some ways, this goes back to the 5 of Swords, because the Hierophant is like that professor, that teacher. This is the one that has all of the wisdom, and that is gatekeeping all of this knowledge. And the challenge is for us, I think, to always be learning from our experiences. See, we never want to feel like we already know everything. We just talked about that. If I'm the greatest tarot reader in the world, if I'm the master, then there's nothing left for me to learn, right? So we have to abandon this idea that there's ever kind of an end goal, that there's ever a final crystallization of knowledge, of wisdom, of experience, of life, of energy, of movement, transformation, evolution. The 10s are not the end. Let's use that as a mantra. The 10 is not the end. The 10 is not the end. It's the beginning of another cycle. And that's why on this channel I very often conflate the ace and the 10 of any suit, because I want to show that they're pretty much interchangeable, right? They are the end and the beginning all wrapped up into one. And so the Hierophant does remind us of that. The Hierophant in some ways is us trying to connect with our higher self, our spiritual self, our guardian angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher mind, God, goddess, deity, and allowing information to come in, realizations to come in, experiences to come in that might go against what we thought we believed about the world. Okay? If you believe that you're the greatest thing that ever lived, as soon as Spirit shows you an experience that contradicts that belief, you're going to experience some cognitive dissonance, and it's not going to be pleasant, right? So we have to be ready for that. I can believe that I'm the best thing that ever lived, but I also know that I have a lot of work to do, right? That I'm absolutely not the best at anything. And it's okay to believe both of these things about ourselves. And the point really with the 5 is that we have to kind of keep this card moving. It's a 5. It's supposed to be moving. We don't want our thoughts to stagnate. We never want our beliefs to crystallize into dogma, right? Into rules and rigid ways of looking at the world or at ourselves, because that stops the progress. Okay. So the Hierophant here is the reminder of that. This is fixed wisdom. This is the idea that there is a finite amount of knowledge and wisdom and experience in the world, and once you achieve that, well, then you're the Hierophant, right? No, the Hierophant gets replaced every now and again in certain cycles of 2100 years or something. The Hierophant gets replaced, okay? And there is a new, and it might be just a reformulation of the knowledge and the wisdom, but there's always new gnosis. There's new wisdom coming in that has to change the crystallite. It comes in like a fresh breeze to blow away all the stagnated beliefs, air, right? Air energy. To clear out all of that old, stale air and bring in some fresh air, some fresh gnosis. Yeah. And finally, of course, the 10 of Cups. Very, very nice. Someone in your family is in sales. I feel like, I don't know why Spirit's telling me that there's a salesperson with you or around you. Maybe it's you. I don't know the relevance of that detail, but that's meant for someone out there. The 10 of Cups really is very similar to the 10 of Pentacles, and I love it when these two cards come out together, because this to me is us manifesting our dream. This is your dream, your perfect happy life, and this is you manifesting it. Okay. You have to excuse me. Sometimes I have to hit the cough button because I've got a cold again. I love the water to earth connection. This is directly from your heart, right? Manifesting what is in your heart. And this really kind of comes around. It's a spiral. We're on a spiral here. Let's say every year, and maybe we could talk in different cycles, but we started with the year, so we can say it's a yearly cycle of coming back around to what you really feel is in your heart, your essence, and manifesting it in your life. And a year from now, you're going to look back on all of this and you're going to think, my heart really went into all of this. Everything that you have, the entire year that's going to be behind you, is going to be a manifestation of your heart, of your essence, of your values, right? Of who you are. And kind of the way, kind of your beliefs too, right? Because the beliefs, we believe something and that's how we act. That's what we base our actions on, what we believe. Beliefs aren't bad. They're dangerous, sure. Especially when they crystallize and they become so rigid that we are not willing to change them. But when we believe something, that's how we act. If we believe that, I could never be an astronaut, well then no, you can never be an astronaut. But if we change that belief and we say, I am becoming an astronaut, then that allows us the freedom of movement to work toward that goal. We may not achieve it, but we have to at least acknowledge that it is possible. And that I am doing the work, I am perfectly capable and able, and it's something that I deserve to have in mind. It's something I feel value in my heart, and that opens up the pathway for us. We don't want to slam the door in our own faces before we even get started, Let's take a look at the mystery card. I've taken up quite a bit of your time already. I said I wanted the 9 of Cups, and I think I'm going to stick with that prediction. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. All right. Let's see what we've got. 5, another 5 of Swords. See, when things get too rigid and fixed, our beliefs, they've got to go. We need fresh experience. We need fresh change. We need travel. Sometimes we just need a new environment, right, to kind of kickstart our spirit. So we got a repeat of the Five of Swords. Okay, these two cards are the same energy. Clearing out the stagnant, stale air with a fresh breeze. We get fixed in those beliefs about ourselves, and that affects what we do. That's the air to earth connection. We always talk about fire to earth, fire to earth, fire to earth, right? But air to earth is very important too. Our beliefs, what we believe about the world, which are opinions, not facts. Our beliefs and opinions about ourselves and about the world lead to our behaviors. They directly influence our behavior. So if we have a circuit of force, right, from the fire to the earth, fire to earth, fire to earth, manifestation. This is you manifesting your will, putting effort into manifesting your will, your dream, right? Manifesting your will. What comes in the way of this spiritual electrical circuit, right? Fire to earth, this current is instant, it's pure. Well, our beliefs about the world, about ourselves, our opinions, this alters, it filters that spiritual energy coming down and affects the actions, affects the behaviors, affects what actually manifests. Again, this is pure, 10 to 10, perfect match. This comes in the way of it and alters it, modifies it before it gets to earth. Okay? We want to take this and we want to make sure we're always cleaning this out. It's like a room that always has to be swept, right? Because we want to put our heart there instead. Now it's a perfect conduit. Water is a really good conductor of electricity, right? Don't test that theory. It is true. Believe me. This is also pure. It's a perfect reflection. There's no loss here. As long as we're continually fanning out this air energy and keeping that stagnating energy cleared away, right? So the air to earth is you hear my cats confirming all of this. This is a very powerful combination, the air and the earth. And we have to realize how our beliefs about ourselves and about the world are influencing and affecting our behaviors and our reality. If you think it, that's what you'll get, right? If you believe it, that's what it will be. Anyway, extended reading, click up here, back there, down there. If you want to watch the extended new readings for Sagittarius every Wednesday and Sunday, but I am here every day. You can come back and see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything to subscribe. Okay? Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know where you want to be a year from now. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.